We are going to have an amazing time. I am going live on YouTube now. Let's go. What is up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello to my peeps, to my family. It is good to see y'all. I am just super geeked and excited to have you guys on board. What's up, Kevin? Hey, y'all give a big shout out to Kevin. Kevin serves our country, so we appreciate you, Kevin, for serving our country, one of my TOFS students. What's up, Michelle? How you doing, girl? Hope you're good. Hope you're good. I'm gonna check YouTube. Up, everybody. Hello. So YouTube is working just fine. Awesome. So we are, let's see, we got Jeremy on. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing, baby? Let's go. Let's go, y'all. It's gonna be a great time tonight. A wonderful crowd. I'm super, super geeked to have all of you guys on this teaching of how to make your first dollar investing, how to make your first dollar investing specifically in the stock market. And so I know some of you guys, what I want you guys to do, some of you guys are already on it. Jasmine Joseph is already on it. Jasmine from California, go ahead and drop your name and where you're from in the chat. We're gonna have a few icebreakers. What's up, Marcus? How you doing, brother? I appreciate you, man. Marcus is often on, so I appreciate you. MB Pollard is ready. Rhonda from Rhode Island, Valerie from ATL. What's up, girl? Sabrina, what's up? How you doing, girl? We got Bridget. We got Naki from Chicago, Jerusha from Texas, Bridget from Albany, Nikita from LA. I don't know if it's Louisiana or Los Angeles. Marcus from Dallas, Marvin from Bama, Cincinnati, Lithonia, Brooklyn, Boston, Melrose. Man, we got a crew on here. She said Los Angeles. Come on, let's go. We got Wisconsin. We got Chelsea from Detroit, Belma from Columbia. We got Aaron from Houston, Nicole from New York, Tebby from Canada. She said, I appreciate you and your beautiful wife. But we appreciate you and your support, Tebby. Thank you so much. Kizzy from Canada. So we got Tebby and Kizzy. They're both from Canada. I wonder if y'all are in the same spot. Maybe y'all can connect or something like that. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Anybody else? Who else is on? Who else is on? Let me see. Beatrice from Chicago, Raven from Brooklyn, Dynasty from Cincinnati. Let's see. Aussie from Miami. Awesome, 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 awesome. We are about to get started in just a second. I just want to give some people some time to hop on. Thank you guys for being on. Means the world to me. I hope to provide you guys with tons and tons of value tonight. I'm planning on just really answering all of your questions because most of us ain't got nothing to do and we ain't going to work tomorrow unless we're working from home, but you know, we can work from our PJs. So I plan for tonight to be super informative. I plan to answer your questions. We're going to have an amazing time together. Amazing time together. And so what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take a moment to share a portion of the screen I'm going to be using for tonight. So just give me a moment to do that. Let me move the Zoom thing out the way. All right, let's see. I'm gonna move this like here and like that. Awesome. If you guys can see that, type yes in the chat. If you can see how to make your first dollar investing, type yes in the chat. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Awesome, 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 awesome. Very good. So we are about to get started, y'all. Let's get ready to rock and roll. We are going to talk about tonight how to make your first dollar investing. Now, what I want to do is this. If this is your first time on one of my teachings, type new in the chat. If this is not your first time on one of my teachings, type family in the chat. Because once you've been on once, baby, we family. So I want to figure out, I want to see who's new. I want to see who's family. Amanda's family. TD Tillman is new. Thomas is new. Sabrina's family. Nikita is new. Amaya Fan Band, what's up, girl? Marcus's family. Angela is new. Glenn is, what's up, Glenn? How you doing, baby? It's good to see you. Glenn is actually family in real life, but it's his first time on the teaching. Jerusha is new. Jimmy is family. Michelle's family. Tebby is Amanda's family. You my family too. If you Amanda's family, hello, same family. Hashtag Davina's family. Alex is new. Oh, Davina is new. Alex is new. Aaron, what's up, Aaron? How you doing, girl? Good to see you on as well. Aaron is new. So this is going to be like as you can tell already, a very interactive teaching. So I'm going to be talking, I'm going to be asking for responses because nobody likes being on a webinar and just like, it's basically a YouTube video with somebody just talking and teaching and trying to, you know, be all like, we fam, y'all. So I'm gonna put y'all on. Y'all hype me up when the time comes for me to hype me up if you feel the need to do so, and we're gonna have a good time. Let's start off with this icebreaker question, okay? I wanna know, what is the #1 reason you want to learn how to invest in the stock market? Like, I really want to get an idea because it's also gonna help me cater to what I teach. Like, if there's a bunch of people mentioning the same thing, then I'm going to make sure I talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to make sure that I help you guys out in that area. And so NB Pollard said, I need another stream of income. Tabby says, I need 2 more sources of income. Someone else says, I want to see what stocks really mean. Okay. Marcus said, now is a good time due to the volatility of the market. Amen. Rhonda says income. Aaron says one of my 7 streams, generational wealth is the goal. Bridget says more money, generational wealth, income, financial independence, investing, another form of income. Never understood the stock market and I'm ready to understand. I see you, Taola, wanting to create another stream of income and want to understand how to use it to build wealth. Awesome. What's up, Valerie? Good to see you, girl. Jerusha says, honestly, it feels like it's the best time to learn and I'm not very knowledgeable about it. That's going to change tonight. And Glenn said, I never knew the process of stock market investing. I got you. Okay, perfect. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the stock market. We're going to do that. We're going to talk about how to make your first dollar investing. But before then, I know that we have a lot of new people who are on, some people who are from maybe social media and you don't even know really who I am. And so let me give you guys an overview of who I am, kind of how I got into this, why it makes sense for me to be talking about this, and ultimately we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Okay, so who am I? My name is Michael Pittman. I'm an author, I'm a pastor, and I'm a family man. So I love Jesus a whole bunch. If you love Jesus, just type a good amen in the chat, just so that we know we keeping first things first over here. I'm a family man as well. And so some of you guys have already mentioned my wife, Amanda. You see my son, Elijah, and my daughter, Lily. And so I'm a family man, I'm a pastor, I'm an author, I love God, but that's not why I'm here. All of those things are great, but that's not why I'm here. The #1 reason I'm here is this. I want to help you learn how to make your first dollar investing in the stock market. That's the #1 reason I'm here. Because it don't matter if I'm a pastor, a family man, or an author. If I don't help you tonight, if you don't get value from tonight, then your time has been wasted. And it is so important to me that when people show up to these calls, that they show up, when they show up to these teachings, that you leave and you're just like, yo, I actually learned something. Because everybody's been on those teachings before, to where it's just like the only purpose of the teaching was to upsell you on some other teaching. Like my purpose tonight is to make sure you know this information, and we're gonna get down into the nitty gritty. A lot of you guys, a lot of people, if you look in the chat, you'll see a lot of people are family, which means that this is not the first time they've been on one of my calls or one of my teachings. And the reason why they're back on one of my teachings as family is because these teachings are fire and they provide value. And so here's a little bit about me. I've been working in the financial industry since 2014. So I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I've been in the financial industry for more than half of a decade. But when I started, I knew nothing about money, nothing. In fact, here is where I started. I started right here in Grambling, Louisiana. Yes, home of Grambling State University. I don't know if I got anybody out here who went to HBCUs. Shout out to the HBCUs, Grambling University, GSU. I thought you knew. So this is not a picture I got off of Google. This is a picture I got from my dad, because that's how broke we were. This is where I grew up. I lived in a trailer park. And eventually things got better, but let's be honest. Growing up, I was middle class at best. Growing up, I was middle class at best. You know what I mean? Like, here's how middle class I was. Like, when you're middle class, you have some unique challenges. I was so middle class that, you know, there is General Mills cereal, But growing up, I didn't have General Mills. I had Multi-Meal. Come on, somebody. You get twice the amount of cereal for half the price. Who needs Cinnamon Toast Crunch when you got cinnamon toasters? Come on, somebody. Now, here's the thing. I grew up so middle class that, you know, some kids have these like new honest, organic drinks, you know what I mean? Like juice boxes, very, very good lemonade, goodness, greatness, tropical tango punch. Let me tell you how middle class I was. I grew up on Hugs juice. Come on, the barrels. I mean, they don't even got a flavor. It's, hey, what flavor you want? Purple. What flavor you want? Blue. What flavor you want? Give me the red one. Like they ain't even got a name for the flavor. It's just, I mean, ain't nothing organic about it at all. Here's the thing. I was so middle class that, you know, whenever I went off to college, my parents said, we don't make enough money to pay for your college. But my college said, your parents make too much money for you to get the financial aid you actually need. And so I had to get student loans. Anybody else had to get student loans? Anybody else? Anybody else? If that's you, say me in the chat. I hope I'm not the only one. I hope I'm not the only one. I was too, my family was too broke to get anywhere, but we made too much money to get anywhere. You know what I mean? So like I said, I've been in the financial industry since 2014. I didn't want my kids to grow up the same way I grew up. Thankfully, my parents did the main things right. They taught me to love Jesus. They love one another. They I have the most amazing parents in the world. But I just knew that there were some things that I even wanted to do for my parents. You know what I'm saying? Like some people talk about, man, I want to provide for my kids. But for me, I was thinking, yeah, I want to provide for my kids, but I also want to provide for my parents too. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to go both ways. Like I want it to be kind of like a Joseph in Egypt experience. Like I provide for my brothers, I provide for my father, I provide for my and lineage. Come on, so that's why I got in the financial industry. And while I was there, I met a guy named Jason Gills, and Jason became a mentor to me. Jason was 35 years old. He became a millionaire at 24 years old, and he was making $20,000 to $35,000 a month. 80 to 90% of that money is passive, and he still makes that amount of money today. It's absolutely insane. And he began mentoring me whenever I was 21 years old. And so after working in personal finance for over half a decade, here are some things that I've learned. Some things that I've learned are this. The first thing I've learned is that there are people who are no better than us that are doing better than us only because somebody taught them what to do. That's it. They ain't no smarter than you. They ain't no better than you. Someone just taught them what to do. That's it. The next thing is that when people know better, they do better, and everybody wants to do better. And so my goal and my hope is to help you know better and know what to do so that way you do better. Amen. And then the final thing is that learning money is not hard to do. In fact, it's very, very, very easy. And so you are in the right place tonight. If you didn't learn about money in school, if your parents weren't rich and didn't teach you about money, if you want a proven way to build wealth, and if you want to teach your children what you never knew, not just give them what you never had. Like everybody wants to talk about, man, I want to give my kids what they never had. But, you know, I was reading the Bible recently, and King Solomon was talking about how in Ecclesiastes, he was going to die and leave his wealth to someone who had never worked for it and didn't even know what to do with it. And it turns out that his son, Rehoboam, was an idiot and didn't know what to do with it and lost all of it. And so it's one thing to just give your kids what you never had. I'm not saying that there's something wrong with that, but it's different when you can teach your kids what you never knew, so that when they learn it, that's something nobody can take it from them. Coronavirus can't take it away. Stock market can't take it away. Like Sally Mae, government can't take it away. Like when you have the knowledge in between your ears, everything else takes care of itself. And so if you're excited, type "I'm ready" in the chat box. If you ain't excited after hearing me talk like this, then, you know, we just probably going to shut it down. But you know what? Envy's excited. Angela's excited. Raven's excited. Jasmine's excited. Marcus is excited. Terry's excited. Marvin's excited. Everybody's excited. Okay, cool. So let's talk about this. How to make your first dollar investing, even if you have no money, no time, and no financial background. I'm going to give you guys 3 secrets. The first secret is we all know don't put all of your eggs in one basket, but many people don't know that when it comes to the stock market, there are baskets that are already created for you, and they are super profitable. I'm going to talk to you about those baskets in just a moment. The second thing is that you don't have to be in front of a computer all day to be a successful investor. In fact, you can set it and forget it. Like many people think in order to be a profitable investor, I need to be like, you know, like those computer science people, like in like a dark room, like trading the stock market, like, oh, like buy, sell, you know what I mean? Like, no. In fact, it's so easy that you could just put your money somewhere. I'm going to show you guys an investment that if you would have put your money in it 10 years ago, you like and woken up like and just was in a coma for 10 years, you would have made money. And then the third thing is that I'm gonna teach you a secret here. It takes the same amount of work to make $40,000 as it does to make 1.2 million. And I'm gonna teach you how to avoid a multi-million-dollar mistake. So there are 3 secrets. I want you to type in the chat 1, 2, or 3. Which secret are you most excited to learn about? Amanda says 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 3. Okay, perfect. A lot of you guys are saying 3. So that's good. We saved the best for last. Save the best for last. Okay, cool. So secret number 1, we all know don't put all of your eggs in one basket, but did you know that there are baskets that are profitable and already created for you? Here's the way to explain that. I want you to imagine that you have your money in eggs. Like your eggs are worth your money or whatever. And you put all of your money in the basket of Apple stock. And so you say, I have this money, I'm gonna put it in a basket, in this Apple stock, I'm gonna put it in this investment, and Apple tanks. And you're like, oh no, Apple went down in value, you know, Android is taking over, coronavirus happened, I don't know, you know what I mean? But like, but like you lose all like your eggs in Apple stock. How are you going to feel about that? You're gonna feel kind of sad. You're gonna feel frustrated. You're gonna feel worried. You're gonna feel afraid. Like it's gonna be really, really rough, right? But let me ask you this. Imagine instead of putting all of your eggs in the Apple basket like side A, you decide to take one egg and put it in other baskets. Maybe you put like an egg in the Apple basket, an egg in Google stock, an egg in Microsoft, an egg in Amazon, an egg in Disney, an egg in Home Depot, like all of these well-known companies. Now, what happens, and you can type this in the chat, like what happens when Apple on side B falls? What happens if Apple goes down? What happens if like, you know, Apple goes out of business? What happens if, you know, iPhones, you know, like are, you know, obsolete now? Envy Pollard is on point. You don't lose all your money. You don't lose all your eggs. That is exactly right. You still got some money, you know what I mean? Because maybe even if Apple is down, Amazon is moving, you know what I mean? Maybe if Apple is down, Disney is moving. And so it doesn't devastate your portfolio, as Valerie is so eloquently mentioning. And Jeremy Foster says, you'll be okay because the other eggs are good. So here's the thing. I just illustrated the difference between a stock and a mutual fund. It is the difference between a stock and a mutual fund. With a stock, you put all of your eggs in one basket. You put all of your eggs in one basket of, you put all of your eggs in one basket of Apple or Microsoft or Google or whatever. But with a mutual fund, you diversify your eggs. You diversify your portfolio. You diversify what you're putting money in. So that is called, diversification. Ta-da, super intense, right? So many people are wondering like, okay, so I understand what the difference between a stock and a mutual fund, but like, how do I even like put money in a mutual fund? Like, what is a mutual fund? How do I even find a mutual fund? Like, you know, all that. So that leads me to secret number 2 is this. You don't have to be in front of a computer all day in order to be a successful investor. In fact, you can set it and forget it. And so here's the thing. In my investing masterclass, some of you guys, many of you signed up for a free trial to the online financial school. Inside of the online financial school, I teach you about this mutual fund, SBLGX. Now, the stock market over the last month or two has been taking an absolute beating. So like if you had your money in the stock market this year, you would be down anywhere between 17 to 22%, which is just like, huh, you know what I mean? Like it hurts, it's painful. But I'm gonna show you something a little promising, a little bit more promising than being down negative 22%. There are people who manage mutual funds. You guys remember those nerds in the back of your calculus class who always screwed up the curve because they like would make really high grades and then they would get mad like, oh, I got a 96. Everybody else like is, just hoping to like graduate and they're like, you know what I mean? So what happens is those nerds end up working on Wall Street for these investment companies, and they are called portfolio fund managers. And so some people think to themselves like, man, I'm not good with math. I don't really know much about the stock market. I don't know about this or that. Guess what? You don't have to. You pay and when you invest money, part of that investment goes to Peter and Margaret, and they are the ones who decide which stocks go into the mutual fund you invest in. They're the ones who decide like, which companies to put in there, how much of your money to put in there. They take care of all of that for you. So that way you can just set it and let them take care of it and handle it. By the way, they manage $11.4 billion. And so they kind of know what they're doing. In this mutual fund, remember how I showed you that like you could have, you would be down 22% this year? That is a reality, but this is also a reality. If you were to put your money in this mutual fund, February 28, 2010. Imagine you put $10,000 in this mutual fund. If you were to pass out in a coma and not add any more money to that, and then you woke up from your 10-year coma last month in February, then you would have had $36,978. So your money, without you even trying, would have more than tripled. And that just shows like you can just set it and forget it. Sometimes people try to make, here's what happens. People who are financial advisors, I know because I used to compete against these people. People who are financial advisors try to make investing sound complicated so that way you have to pay them to do it for you. What I have done and what I'm doing like through my online financial school, which many of you have are students of, what I'm doing is I'm teaching you how to cut the fluff so that way you can just invest the money on your own. I teach you exactly how to do that. And so like, if you put your money in this fund, 10 years ago, your money would have tripled without you even adding another dime or dollar to it. And so that's the reality of the situation. Your money still would have tripled. And at the end of the day, many people wonder, okay, Michael, I'm really scared of losing all of my money. But one thing with the mutual fund is that if you choose, depending on the mutual fund you choose, you're not just investing in like random companies. So like with this exact mutual fund, here are the companies in it: Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, JP Morgan Chase, Visa, Apple, United Health Group, Adobe. Your money ain't going nowhere. Like these companies, let me tell you something. If your money went to zero, that means that all of these companies went to zero because that's where your money is at. All your money is in their stock. So let me tell you something, if Amazon go to zero, Microsoft go to zero, Facebook go to zero, and Apple go to zero, and JP Morgan goes to zero, the last thing you're gonna be worried about is the stock market because we're gonna be called up to see Jesus. Come on, we're gonna be in the rapture, y'all. The world is over. If Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Microsoft go out of business, it's over. So the last thing you're gonna be worrying about is the stock market anyways, because everybody, like it's just gonna be, you thought Corona was bad? Listen, so here's the thing. These companies have billions, trillions of dollars. And the way that this investment specifically works is this. So like if you put in $100, $5.99 would go to Amazon. $4.36 would go to Microsoft. $4.34 would go to Facebook. so on and so forth. If you invested $1,000, $59.90 will go to Amazon. $43.60 will go to Microsoft. Like, does that make sense? Is that clear? Like, it automatically diversifies your money for you. And so these are the investments. That's the percentage of your money that goes to those particular investments. Okay. Once again, this is the same mutual fund. It has companies like Charles Schwab, Comcast, Disney, PayPal. These companies ain't going out of business, y'all. Trump ain't gonna let Disney go out of business. Come on, y'all. Like, hey, listen, Anheuser-Busch, that's a beer company. Alcohol is a great thing to invest in. People drink when they're happy and people drink when they're sad. So like, I mean, like these companies ain't going out of business, y'all. And so here's the thing. Over the long term, some people get worried. They're like, oh my gosh, the market has gone down over the last 3 months. Yes, it has. But let's look at things in their totality. Over the last 10 years, it's averaged this particular investment 14%. Since it started in 1997, it's averaged 9. You know what I mean? So while things are kind of crazy right now, do not fear, have no fear. If you already are one of my students, you already know about dollar cost averaging, go to phase 3, go to the dollar cow averaging module with the picture of Beyonce. I teach you how to invest using Beyonce, and you know, like, you're gonna build wealth. You're gonna build wealth. And so that's secret number 2, is that you don't have to be in front of a computer all day in order to be a profitable investor. You just have to have the discipline to keep investing through the highs, through the lows, and that's how people build wealth, okay? And so now we're about to go to secret number 3, which is this. It takes the same amount of work to make $40,000 as it does to make $2 million. And I'm going to teach you how to avoid a multi-million-dollar mistake. Y'all are kind of quiet in the chat. And so if you're ready for secret number 3, just type, let's go in the chat. Throw some emojis in there as well. I want to see some emojis. I want to see some fire. Like, let's go. Like, let's make some magic happen. Let's make some, okay. Marcus is ready. Shanice is ready. Valerie is ready. Davine is ready. Okay, very, very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. And you know what? Let me show some love to the YouTube world as well. You know what I mean? I see Janae is on YouTube. I see Jennifer's on YouTube. What's up? I see Crystal's on YouTube. I see Freely's on YouTube. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. So it takes the same amount of work to make $40,000 as it does to take $2 million. Kevin said, we ain't quiet, we just paying attention. I like it. So here's the go. I'm gonna teach you guys this concept called the banker's rule, the rule of 72. The rule of 72. If you have heard about this rule before, type yes in the chat. If you have not heard about this before, type teach me in the chat. Type teach me in the chat if you haven't. So Jasmine said teach me, Jerusha said teach me, Nelson said teach me, Envy Paula said teach me, Marcus said teach me. Well, okay, a lot of more teach me's than yes. Okay, so here's how this rule, I guess those people who say yes are people who have already probably been through that part of the online financial school. So here's how this rule works. You're gonna put your interest rate in this yellow box. And the answer, if you remember, 10th grade math, the quotient is going to tell you how long it's going to take for your money to double. So like, imagine you put a 3 in here. 72 divided by 3 is 24. So here's what that means. If you have an interest rate of 3%, 72 divided by 3 means that your money will double every 24 years at 3%. That means that at 3% interest, it will take 24 years for $1 to turn into 2, okay? Now, imagine that there's a 6 here. At 6% interest, it will take 12 years for $1 to turn into 2, because 72 divided by 6 is 12. Imagine it's 9. 72 divided by 9 is 8. So at 9% interest, it would take 8 years for your $1 to turn into 2. So far, does this make sense? If it does, type all clear in the chat. I want to make sure everything is all clear in the chat. Jerusalem says all clear. Envy Paula says all clear. Sabrina says all clear. Nelson, Julie, Marcus, perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to illustrate this concept though through an example so that way you understand like how this rule actually plays out and works. So I want you to imagine that there were parents that had 3 sons and they were all triplets. And they gave their triplets, they invested $10,000 for each of their sons in a mutual fund. And one mutual fund was doing 3%, one mutual fund averaged 6%, and one mutual fund averaged 12%, okay? So for the person, for the brother whose mutual fund averaged 3%, 3 goes into 72, how many times? 24. So what does that mean? That his money is going to double every 24 years. So here we go. At 3% interest, 10,000 doubles to 20,000 at 24 years. 20,000 doubles to 40,000 after 48 years. Because 3% was the interest rate, your money doubles every 24 years. Therefore, after 48 years, your money has doubled from 10 to 20, 20 to 40. If that makes sense, type a 5 in the chat. You want to make sure that I want to make sure you guys are getting value. Everybody, okay, perfect. All right, so now let's say that there's the brother who invested, who had his money invested at 6%. That means that the money is going to double every 12 years because 72 divided by 6 is 12. And so what that means is this. That means after 12 years, it doubles to 20,000. After 12 years of 40,000. After 12 years, 80,000. And after another 12 years, $160,000, okay? And so, notice the interest rate doubled, but the end result quadrupled. You know, brother number 1 was like, oh man, my money doubled or quadrupled. That's pretty good. Until he saw his brother and was like, uh-oh. And so now I have a question. How much do you think brother number who has their money invested at 12%? How much do you think that they're going to have at the end of the 48 years? Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Let's see. I'm sure some of you guys already know this because you are inside of my online financial school, but some of you guys are going to just give it a guess. And so how much money do you think after 48 years is going to be there? 640,000, MB Pollard, 640,000. Apaya says that. What other guesses are out there? Any other guesses? Let me go to YouTube world, see if there are any guesses over here. Okay, 320,000 from Brittany Bradshaw. Okay. So let's take a look. If your money is doubled every 6 years, that means after 6 years, 10 doubles to 20, to 40, to 80, to 160, 320, 640, 1.28, $2.56 million. I see you, Jeremy. $2.56 million. Y'all, like, is y'all's mind blown about that? Like, that is the power of compound interest. And this proves my point, is that it took the same amount of work to make $40,000 as it does to make $2.56 million. All you have to do is understand and know like how to invest your money. You know what I mean? Like, by the way, Valerie Chin mentioned a great point. She said it's much nicer when it's growing your money versus you paying it. That is true, because if you got some student loans that are at 6%, 12%, it's doubling at the same rate. So come on, somebody. Credit card interest at 20%, come on, somebody. Like, so here's the thing. You have to know that many times it's not just it's not people who are more smarter or more intelligent than others. It's just like, you know, for some of y'all grew up with your aunties and uncles telling you to put your money in CDs at the banks and bonds and stuff like that. And it's just like, no. So like Bridget asked a great question. Can you choose your own interest? No, you can't choose your interest, otherwise everybody would choose high interest. But what you can do is you can look at the stock market over time. So like for instance, since 1997, this investment that I showed you guys earlier has been doing 9%. And then over the last 10 years, it's been averaging 13 over the last 10 years. Over the last, you know what I mean? So like, no, of course you cannot guarantee anything. Anybody who says they can guarantee you something, hold your wallet and run, you know what I mean? But like what you do is you look at something over time. The stock market over time has averaged 10% for the last 100 years. And so like, if you invest in certain indexes, then that's how traditionally you've gotten that return. Now, that's not to guarantee anything, because like I said, you can't, but that's how you kind of start to deduce your own conclusions as you start looking at mutual funds and saying, okay, like over time, like what has happened and how can I get in on it? Great question, Bridget. And so like I said, it takes the same amount of work to make $40,000 as it does to make 1.2, as it does to make $2 million. And now I'm going to teach you how to avoid a mistake that could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. I want you to imagine that you're 25 years old and you just want to invest $500 a month until you're 60 at 11%. So you're not investing a crazy amount of money. It's just, 11% or whatever. So at 11%, if you put in $500 a month, you end up with $2.2 million at 60 years old. Ta-da! Look at that. $500 a month make you a millionaire. You know what I mean? Now, here's the thing, though. If you say if you start at 25. If you start at 30, that's $1 million. You went from $2 million, 2.2 to 1.3. That's $1 million. You waiting 5 years, that cost you $1 million. And I don't know about y'all, like I didn't grow up with a lot of money, so I can't afford $1 million mistake. I don't know if y'all can afford a 7-figure mistake. I know I can't. You know what I mean? Catch this though. You can't even afford a 6-figure mistake, because here's the thing. If you are 30 and you wait until you're 31, you go from 1.3 to 1.1. That's $100,000 you lost just waiting a year. And I see Jesse right here is like, man, I'm 32. Well, here are a couple of things that are good. The first thing is that I'm doing actually a webinar next Thursday about how to start your own online business. But the concepts that I'm teaching in that are actually the same concepts that I was teaching my grandmother about how to run her bakery. And it could work for really any business, not just online. So I'm teaching that next week, meaning if you don't know how to increase your income and have your own business, then you need to go ahead and just like put that in your calendar after we get off this call for next Thursday, same time. That teaching is fire. That teaching is actually more fire than this one, and I may have a special guest for that one. So there's that. But what I'm telling you guys when it comes to investing is that, waiting 1 year to invest could cost you over $100,000 in the long run. And so I have a very simple question to ask. How soon do you need to learn and start investing? How soon do you need to learn and start investing? Let's see. Envy Pollard said yesterday. Sabrina said now. Rhonda said now. Valerie said ASAP. Jason said yesterday. TV Tillman said ASAP. Julie said now. Jerusha said now. Jeremy said now. Nelson said now. Everybody says now. But you know what? We're already 40 minutes into this teaching. So let me ask you a question. How many of you guys kind of feel like this right now, right? You got some information overload. Your mind has been blown a few times. Like, it's just like, whoa. You went kind of fast. You had a lot of energy. You know what I mean? Now, here's the thing. I want to give you guys something super special and unique. And you know what? Here's the thing. Many of you know that I own the online financial school, right? I've been talking about that, but I'm taking it to the next level. If you have never heard of the online financial school, then let me give you a introduction to what it is. Oh, can y'all hear that? Probably not. I don't think I can hear it.
School. Over the last half.
Let me start over.
What is up, everybody? My name is Michael, and I am the founder of the Online Financial School.
Oops. I'm gonna start over.
What is up, everybody? My name is Michael, and I am the founder of the Online Financial School. Over the last half decade, I've helped people online and on stage learn how to master their money and make more money too. The way I like to put it is, I help people fund their dreams through multiple streams. If your mom was anything like my mom always told me, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But unfortunately, so many people only have one source of income, one source of financial hope, and that's not good. And so I'm on a mission now to help more people make more money and fund their dreams through multiple streams. And that's what the Online Financial School does. Along with the digital platform, students also have a chance to work with me in office hours live so that they can get their questions answered and they can say, you know what? Okay, money is not as scary as I thought it was. I can actually do this. I actually feel good about this. And it empowers them to win with money, which for the Online Financial School and myself, that is a dream come true. And so jump in today, and I hope to see you on the inside.
Boom. So that's the Online Financial School. But as I mentioned, I'm taking it to the next level, and I am going to give you guys the opportunity to join my TOFS Inner Circle coaching program. So whenever you join the Inner Circle, here's what you get. The first thing is that you get access to the Online Financial School for a year. The Online Financial School are 4 phases. There's mindset, credit, investing, and business. And so I'm gonna walk you guys through these phases so that way you know what they're about. So first one is mindset and credit. The focus of phase 1 is to help you manage your money and your mindset. So I'm teaching you about saving, budgeting, investing, giving, debt, credit, how to leave a legacy, how to give, life insurance, all that. And it's based off of my book, Your Bible, Your Money. I've gotten tons of testimonials about this. This girl right here, Heather Briani, said that the information she learned in phase 2 with credit increased her fiance's credit score by 90 points in 30 days. And now they'll be able to qualify for the first-time home buyers program that will save them thousands and thousands of dollars. So it was great. Like, many people are like, okay, so like, are there going to be things that are going to teach me that are different? The answer is yes. Like, some people have taken Dave Ramsey stuff, and they just say that I offer a unique biblical perspective to how to handle and manage your money that is super helpful. This is somebody who I've never even met before, but here's what they said.
Hi, Michael. I'm Yoshi. I actually just wanted to let you know that I'm so grateful for the book that you wrote on Your Bible, Your Money. It was so practical, super easy to read. I've been through many different trainings, including Dave Ramsey and then Financial Hope Workshop at the church that I used to go to, Gateway. And this one was just so easy, and it had some basic steps in there that were just so easy to grasp. So I'm very grateful to you for writing this book. And Dexter gave it to me as a gift, and I read it all in one day, and I don't read books. It's harder for me, and I finished it. It was so good. So thank you.
Boom. So that's phase 1, mindset, and phase 2, credit. Now, phase 3 is investing. This is where we get to the good stuff. Hello. I mean, it's all good. It's all very, very good. But this is where we get to the good stuff. Phase 3, investing, and phase 4, business. Woo! Y'all, insane. So phase 3, investing, I have the investing masterclass and the Forex masterclass. For those of you guys who did the free trial, you already have access to this, which is great. And so with the Inner Circle, you'll get access to it for the entire year. These classes have produced many results that you guys have seen. You know, people giving me screenshots like, hey, this is how much I made in the stock market. This person had made close to 6% within about a month. This person was day trading the Forex market. This person put money in an investment on Thursday, you know, and it went up like $23 by Tuesday. And, you know, $23 doesn't sound like a lot of money, but you know what? Imagine having your lunch paid for a couple of days. I mean, $23, that gets you at least 3 meals, at least 2 meals at Chick-fil-A, 3 if you don't get a milkshake. People get really, really excited about that. And so your money working for you, it's just better than you working for money. It's just a better way to do life. And so that's phase 3 investing. And then phase 4 business is this. I help you in phase 4 business. I teach you how to make more money. Period. In fact, that section of the online financial school is the only section that's actually taught by me and my wife. We have been so blessed. We're not rich. I still got student loans that I'm about to pay off, but in Jesus' name, I'm not like one of these people who's on the internet that makes you think I'm just like a cajillionaire, you know what I mean? We do well, but we do make twice the amount of money working for ourselves than we made in corporate America. But that said, in my first year of learning about online business as an entrepreneur, we made about $20,000 less than I was making in corporate America. So it came with a bunch of hard knocks. It was difficult, but I literally learned as much as I could. Now we make double of what I was making in corporate America. And now I just took all those lessons and stuff that I learned and I just stuffed them inside this online business accelerator so that way it's please learn, steal everything, steal all my ideas, take it. You know what I mean? So here's the thing. I have friends, Faith and Leo Jean-Louis. He said that I taught him how to run a mentorship coaching program about how to pay off debt. He and his wife, actually, this is an old picture, have completely paid off $223,000 of debt in 2.5 years. And they used the lessons I taught them through this coaching program to start generating over $1,000 a month. And this is a screenshot from a text he sent me. You also will learn inside of Inner Circle, you'll learn the systems you need to know. For instance, this webinar that I'm doing, there's a model, you know what I mean, that I follow and I teach it. You see the 3 secrets, you know what I mean? And let me ask you a question. Does this look familiar? It's because it's all copy and paste. I want to teach you my system. This one girl texted us and said, OMG, the webinar worked. Stripe notifications are coming in. Hey, for those of you who don't know, Stripe means payments, money is coming in. She had it on Zoom, just like how we're doing now. This is a game changer. She's about to invest in another call soon. Look at that. You know what I mean? This is another one of my students, Elijah. He has a music school, and I taught him how to run a membership site so that way he gets passive monthly payments from teaching students music. This is an old video, actually, but as of this morning talking to him, he has made $2,000 this month from his music school, and he has 30 students inside of his course. But this is what he was saying in the very beginning stages.
What's up, Michael? Hey, so I just got notification this morning. I launched the membership site last week, and I had a couple members sign up last week. But as of today, I just wanted to tell you that I just got my 4th paying member on the site in the past week. So I'm so excited, and I just wanted to give y'all an update on how things are going.
We about to be
rich.
So they're funny. And then this was another text message from somebody different. They said, they texted this to Amanda. They said, happy Sunday. I wanted to let you know that I almost hit 5K last month and made $1,500 today. And I truly believe God wanted me to remind you that you and Michael have a gift of planting one seed and then multiplying in different ways. I've been needing some major dental work and the solution was already in my hands. Will, thank you. One call changed everything. And so y'all, it's great. The Inner Circle, you get year-long access to all of this content, but what else do you need? So I've shown you TOFS Inner Circle, which is a proven system that's produced results for many people already, but I want to guarantee your success up to 95%. Do you want to know? I want you guys to type in the chat. There was a study done, and there is one thing that you can have that when, let's say you have a goal, there's one thing that if you do it, if you implement it, it guarantees your success 95%. Do you guys know what that is? Brownie points for anybody who gets the answer. I'm looking in the Zoom chat. I'm looking in the, Envy Pollard said a plan. Jeremy Foster said accountability, and that is exactly what it is. So that's what I'm going to give you as well. 6 weeks of accountability calls. Like, I'm going to keep you accountable to your goals of whatever you are looking to accomplish in business or in finance. So like, for instance, here's what somebody said on one call.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and throw this out there. I've already said, I've been through quite a few different programs, financial course-wise, especially, and like, you by far are offering probably the most helpful information and value from all of them. So.
Well, thank you very much. So like, that was an unsolicited testimonial. Here's another one. I had one of my inner circle students. Let's see if you guys can see this. Her name is, Alicia Bradshaw. She posted this on 6 days ago. And she recently just paid off all of her student loans. And here's what she had to say about my accountability in the program.
And I didn't, because I grew up poor. I wasn't raised, to know what money is. Like, we live check to check. So it was nothing about no savings account, no investing. It was like, we gonna hope and pray that we had enough money to make it to the next week. But anywho, like, resources I utilize with learning about money and that I continue to utilize are from Michael Pittman. He's a pastor in Atlanta, Georgia, and he literally, like, it feels like he knows literally anything about money. And I'll tag him below. He wrote a book on it. He has an online financial school, and literally, like, he's helped me so much. And if you start working with Michael, let me give you a warning. He is like that big brother who wants you to succeed in everything, and he plays no cut cards. Like, it's plenty of times, me and Michael, that I've had to tell him to stop attacking me and to mind his business, but he couldn't, because my business was his business at the time. But definitely, he's a great resource. And so Alicia is correct. I will, during these accountability calls, I will get all up in your grill, because your success is my success, and I'm committed to making you successful. And so you're gonna get, and that's really what I found, like, people actually want. Like, people don't, like, whenever people get on these accountability calls, I always tell them, like, whenever I go off on them, I always say, you didn't pay me to, like, you pay me to help you get results, like, and they appreciate it. And that's why I have all these results, is because I be on people. And so you're gonna get 1 year access to the online financial school, which, if you were paying $49 a month for 12 months, that's a $588 value. You're gonna get 6 weeks of group coaching, which is a $797 value. And the total value is $1,385. But what else do you need? What else do you need? The greatest contributing factor to my success has been mentorship. And because TOFS Inner Circle is focused on results, you also are going to get a one-on-one strategy call with me if you are inside of the Inner Circle program for the online financial school. So, like, for instance, this is somebody, Tolu. I was saying that I was looking for more Black women with master's degrees because I've just had a lot of success with them. Ironically, I don't know why. It's just, if you're a Black woman with a master's degree on here, then you definitely want to be in this. But this is just what Tolu said. She posted this the other day. Any other questions you have?
No, sir. Oh yeah, if you need, like, I knew that you could help. I didn't know that you would. I thought you were gonna kind of tell me what to do. Like, you should focus on student loans first, and then you should, like, focus on this. But you literally, like, pulled out a whole plan that I could have never thought of this myself. So I thought you were going to tell me what to do with the knowledge that I already had. But if you need someone to kind of, like, I feel like a video, a testimonial to, like, really explain, you're not just getting talk, so people can really understand what they're going to get, because I didn't think that I would, know what I'm going to do for the next year or so. So yeah. I think it's really important that people understand the value of your one-on-one. So if you are trying to put together, like, hey, here's new testimonials, I will definitely somehow eloquently get people to understand what they're signing up for.
So like Tolu didn't even know that she was doing it. Like I was just recording the call, and she was just like, "Hey, listen, like people need to know like that you do this, and this." And I was just like, you know what? Don't even worry about recording another one. I'll just keep that one. And so I just have proven results time after time. This is another woman, Shonda. She's I helped her pay off like $30,000 of debt.
All right. So if someone's on the website and they're like, man, I'm thinking about doing this accountability group, what would you tell them to do? Well, like, what would you say?
I would say do this particular one, right?
Yeah. Like this same format.
I would say do it, because what it does is we try not to make it so Christian-like, Jesus Christ. It brings like a conviction over you because you know you're not doing well with your finances. You need someone else to look at it and see something that you're not doing, something you could be doing better. And it actually gives you like severe accountability on, I need to make changes in my life. So I would definitely recommend it.
What was like the most, for you, valuable part? And I'll ask all of y'all this, but what was the most valuable part for you when it came to the program itself? Because there are different elements of it. What was the most valuable part for you?
I'm trying to reroute the question. What particular part was like the best part for me, kind of, sort of?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It would be listening to all our stories and listening to our different financial situations and remembering I had a lot of goals and I don't have to live a certain way. I can live the way I want to within my means. And so it made me look at like my whole entire budget. So for me was the actual having you to look at my finances part. It wasn't, and of course later on I would say the investing part, but I had to get that down pat in order to even get there.
So that was what Shonda said. You know, this is what Tracy said.
So quick question, Tracy. Like, how did you feel about our like one-on-one session of that?
What I really liked was that you made me see what was in my head. Like, you know, I'm like, well, you know, I'm just paying this debt off. And really, I have Dave Ramsey's, I think it's Baby Steps or something like that, but I haven't read it. But I knew that he would advise people to go into their savings account and pay off their debt. But I liked how the number looked. But to hear somebody else say it to me and say, okay, so Tracy, by Sunday. See, and that's how I'm wired. I'm wired where, because I was in the military, you got to give me, okay, a suspense date. Okay, Tracy, by this date, I need this stuff. And I'll see you later. That's how I work. I don't work by someone saying, well, I'm not wired like that. I'm wired like, girl, do it then. So I like that. And then I think that.
And then also, like, there's this last one to where it's just peace of mind. And sometimes some of you guys think that you're like further like away than you actually think you are from hitting your goal, but you're actually closer than you think. And this was the experience that I had with this young lady who's from England.
How do you feel after your discovery call?
I feel 100 times better because it's good news to know that in 90 days I could be debt free. I didn't think of it that way. So.
Yeah, how much time, like before, like I gave you the action plan, how much time did you think it was going to take you?
I thought it was going to be like a year or more than that, to be honest. I was thinking maybe, oh, this is something that's going to happen next year. So I just need to live with that reality. But no, it's not. So it's good news, that. It's really good.
So my one-on-ones, y'all, in these groups are serious. Like that. It's just amazing. And so you're going to get a year of the online financial school, which is a $588 value. You're going to get 6 weeks of group coaching, $797 value. A one-on-one session with me, which is a $497 value, which total value is $1,882, which I know, like, with the coronavirus happening and everything that's going on, like $1,882 is not just a drop in the bucket. But let me just ask you this really quickly. If all this did was teach you how to invest in the stock market so that you can create generational wealth with your knowledge, wouldn't it be worth it? If you believe so, type amen in the chat. If all this did was give you the business idea and mindset shifts to not only work for yourself, but to make more money doing what you love, wouldn't it be worth it? If so, type amen in the chat. If all this did was offer you the freedom to buy the home you want and travel wherever you want without having to worry about the cost, so that you can enjoy it with full peace of mind after this coronavirus is over, wouldn't it be worth it? And if you believe so, let me get a good amen in the chat. I see amens all over the place. Here's the truth, is that I don't think it would be worth $1,182 or whatever. I think it would be worth $10 million. Like, you can't put a price on your life. You only have one life. And so here's the thing. I'm obviously not going to charge you $1,000 to be in my coaching program. The investment for my coaching program is one payment of $697 or two payments of $399. However, I'm going to offer something special because of COVID-19. I'm going to offer something special. And I'm telling you guys that it's special for COVID-19 so that way you understand the urgency of jumping in on this opportunity. Because if it were not for COVID-19, I would keep charging the $697 that I charged this person on February 7th, or the Inner Circle charge two payments of $399 for this person in February. And shoot, like, well, this was for something a little different, but like, these are the actual prices that I charge and that I've been charging, and people are more than willing to pay them. And after they pay them, they give testimonials and they love it. And so, like, if not for COVID-19, I would just keep charging the same prices I charge. But I genuinely believe that there are more people at home now wanting to invest in themselves than have ever wanted to invest in themselves before. Like, there's no time frame on how long this virus is going to stay around. And so I want to do my part. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I am going to, instead of charging you the same prices that I was charging just a month ago, because we are in one of the most unique times ever in history, I want to help you. And so I am going to offer you a very special deal. Normally for Inner Circle, you would pay $697 or two payments of $399. If you jump in tonight, you will get the Inner Circle for one payment of $497 or two payments of $299. Hello, you're saving, if you do you're saving $200 or more, just if you decide to jump in tonight. Like I said, so here's how you get the discount. You go to the onlinefinancialschool.com, go to the Inner Circle option, sign up for a plan, the Inner Circle option, type in COVID-19 at the bottom, type in COVID-19 at the bottom, COVID-19 at the bottom, and then you're gonna get the $200 off of the Inner Circle group. Listen, I can't do this for everybody on the call because, as you guys have seen from the previous screenshots, it costs me money to run a business. And so offering it at this discount is a little bit risky, but I really, 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 really want to be helpful. That's my Enneagram 2 coming out, saying I just want to help and love on y'all. And so here's the true investment. You're getting a year of first off, what's crazy is this, is if you were to pay for the online financial school $49 a month for 12 months, that's $50 a month for 12 months. That's $600 by itself. So just by you joining the program, you save 2 months of payments off the rip, and you get 6 weeks of group coaching, and you get a one-on-one call. It's insane. So you get 1 year access to the online financial school, 6 weeks of group coaching, a one-on-one session with me, total value $1,882. You pay $497, which over the course of a year is $1.36 a day. That's what we're talking about, folks. $497 for the year, $1.36 a day. And some people and I know that these are tough times, these are hard times. And so if you can't make it happen, that's fine. I would just recommend staying inside the online financial school, but there are some of you who are here and you have some unique financial things that you want to talk through. You want some unique guidance. You want some one-on-one help. You want to hear how other people in a group are navigating these times. You want to network. You want to connect with other like-minded, high-capacity individuals. This is your chance. And so for $1.36 a day, this is what you get. All you do is go here to the onlinefinancialschool.com and enroll in TOFS Inner Circle, the onlinefinancialschool.com. And so what I'm going to do is this. I am going to actually go off screen share. Let me do this. Let me get a pulse of how you guys are feeling, So on a scale from 1 to 10, how much more knowledge, how much value did you get out of this? And you know what? I don't really know all of y'all, and you can really put any number in the chat you want to and just be completely honest. You know what I mean? But I really want to get an idea of like how much value you guys got from this. Jasmine said a 10. That's good. Rhonda said a 10. Envy Paula said an 8. That's good. That passes. Jimmy said a 10. Michelle said a 10. Okay. So that's awesome. Bridget asks, is there a monthly payment that we can do for the inner circle? Yes, you could do 2 payments of $2.99 or 1 payment of $4.97. Or so 2 payments of $2.99, 1 payment of $4.97. COVID-19 works for both. So yeah, tons of value. So let's see. Let me see. I got some questions from you guys. Let's see. Gmail. Let's see. I want to see. I know we're about to have. I have some questions from you guys. Let's see. I got an error message. No page matching this page found. Okay, cool. Hold on one second, Rhonda. I'm about to just go, Rhonda, to the onlinefinancialschool.com, and I just saw you went through. So welcome to Inner Circle. Let's see. Let me make sure that that's corrected so that way with other people, it doesn't do anything weird. Cool. So I'll work on that now, but let's see. Someone asked, Marie asked, I'm currently enrolled in TOFS. I have a few questions. Is there a minimum amount to start off with? No. So what's great is that with the online financial school, I kind of talk about how there is a, how can I say this? There's not a minimum. There's not a minimum required. There are people who start off with $25. With that Charles Schwab account, it was $25 that you can start off with, and boom, you're good to go. So there's not necessarily a minimum, but if you wonder how much, how can I say this? If you wondered how much it's smart to start off with, I would recommend 10% of your income if possible. Rhonda said, I got the confirmation, I only took $100 off. Valerie said, I only took $100 off. Oh, okay, cool. Well, let's see. Okay, I fixed the problem. So I just refunded Rhonda your 100, and then Valerie, I assume that you're Chin Wall. Yes, you are. So I'm going to refund you your 100 as well. So I apologize for that. I had there was a $100 coupon for those who did the 2-pay and $200 for those who did the 1-pay. And so I just corrected it just there. Let's see. If an investment is made over time, it can grow exponentially after 10, 15, 20 years. But when can you start making withdrawals? So like the withdrawals depends on the investment. So if you do the what's it called? If you do like a Roth IRA, you can withdraw, but you will have to pay like a certain tax. If you do a traditional IRA, then you have to wait until you're 60, or else like you have to pay a tax and a penalty. If you just put it in an investment brokerage account, then you're all set. Like you can pull the money out at any time. You just pay a tax. If your money grew, you pay a tax on that. But if your money goes down, then many times you can count that as like a loss on your taxes as well. So that works. Nelson asks, after the year, would I need to renew the Inner Circle membership, or is it only for 1 year? You can renew if you like. I'll give you guys a secret. I don't typically tell people this until they're in the program, but whenever you're in Inner Circle, you get access to the content for free, and the group coaching is 6 weeks. But after the 6 weeks, if you want to stay on, then you can actually stay on for like $100 a month. So if you want to stay on past the 6 weeks, you can. If not, then like that's cool too. So, you know, Valerie, I'm so excited too, girl. Like you are off the chain. I'm so excited to have you and Rhonda. Hey, let's go. Anybody else? Any other questions? I see Q&A right here. Do you have to start with $10,000 to open up a mutual fund? Nope. If I do not have any debt other than my mortgage and my credit score is above 800, which program is right for me? Okay, so Sherry, first off, congratulations. That's amazing to only have a debt, just your mortgage, and to have an 800 credit score. What I would tell you to do is I would recommend that well, it's hard to recommend anything. So like I could have easily just been like, oh, join Inner Circle and pay me money. But the best thing to do would be to know like what your goals are. Like if you need help with like online business stuff, for instance, then like, boom, like let's rock. If you are just like, how do I max out my Roth IRAs and stuff like that? Honestly, you'd probably be just fine like doing the regular monthly program. You know what I mean? I want it to be what's best for you. But that one-on-one coaching, and if you have some unique, you know, things that you want to talk about, we can. Julie asked, could you extend the date to the weekend and not tonight? If you want me to extend this offer until over the weekend, type me in the chat. Let's see how many people are even interested. You know what I mean? So Nelson said me, Julie said me, and we got some people on YouTube as well. Jimmy said me. Now y'all don't be saying me if y'all ain't even gonna join the program. Like I'm really trying to get an idea of like, if you're really gonna join the program, you just say, hey, Mike, you know what I mean? Like it's Thursday, I get paid Monday, I get paid Tuesday, you know, I get whatever. Like if that's truly you, then like, then we'll make some things happen. But don't just be saying me just to say me. So like, Nelson said, I'm definitely interested. I'm just a huge introvert thinker. I love it. I love it when people think. Please think. You know what I mean? Like this is. I want you to make an informed decision. But yeah. So Glenn said, I'm a teacher. I get paid on Tuesday. Perfect. Glenn, actually email me. And then because you and Natasha can actually get in together. I'll do that. Just email me. Because you're a previous client. So Nelson, yeah. So Nelson, Julie, V. Marie, Jimmy, Apaya, Danine, I'll be looking out for y'all. I'll extend it over the weekend. But can y'all send me a special email saying like, hey, please extend it for me so that way I can follow up with you guys. So that way we can rock and roll. Any other, my email is mike@theonlinefinancialschool.com. You also probably got a email from me to get on the webinar. So let's see, what else? Q&A. What's a good website to buy your book, Your Bible, Your Money, hard copy? You can get that from Amazon. I'm not sure I learned how to make my first dollar. Is the way to make your first dollar to sign up for the inner circle. The way to make your first dollar, TD Tillman, is this. I would recommend investing in mutual funds with a proven track record, taking the rule of 72 into account. And I would recommend, like I said, mutual funds, not stock. And if you have signed up for this webinar, then you have the 7-day free trial option as well to literally take my entire investing masterclass for free. So I would recommend you doing that. Amaya said, if I wanted to invest for everyone in my home, would it be best to have a separate account for each person, especially if it's the same particular fund for multiple purposes? We're talking 6 people, including kids. Yes, you want to do different accounts depending on the goals for the account. For you, let's say you have a spouse. Okay, you may do a Roth IRA. You have a Roth IRA for your spouse. You have, if you care about education for your kids, 529s or UTMA accounts for your kids, UTMA accounts. Just look it up, UTMA accounts, to where you invest in it and it becomes an asset for the child when they turn 18, I believe. And then there are things, depending on if you're a business owner and you're looking for a way to deduct your taxes, that you can invest in as well for your kids, that you can deduct from your taxes as well to do that. V. Marie said, if you invest in mutual funds, although you don't have much to do with your money, but sit and watch it grow, do you still have to put money towards it? Let me read that again. If you invest in mutual funds, although you don't have much to do with your money, but sit and watch it grow, do you still put money towards it? Yeah, I would just say fund it. I actually have a guide, and that'll be a good guide actually to send out. I'm gonna send that out tomorrow, called the Money Made Easy Guide, that tells you, okay, have this much in your emergency fund, then invest, then pay that off this way, blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna send you guys that guide tomorrow morning, actually. That's a good guide. Y'all thank B. Marie for looking out for you on that. Any other questions? Perfect. Do you recommend opening an individual account or a retirement account for investing? Can you have both? You can have both. I recommend opening both. I recommend continuing to invest through your employer as well if you have one, through a 401k or something of that sort. By attending this class, we get 1 week free of your investing class. Is it self-paced or scheduled classes? It's self-paced. And so go to the onlinefinancialschool.com, you can click the 1 week, the free week option. So just go to the onlinefinancialschool.com, go to the free week option, ta-da. You have access to all 4 phases, actually. Investing, business, credit, mindset. You got access to the whole entire thing. It's insane. So it's wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Any other questions? Going once, going twice. I'll finish off with Sabrina. Aside from this all, what are your thoughts on COVID-19 about when this is going away? Listen, I don't know about, I don't know what the plan is, honestly. It is an election year. I think that's playing into it a little bit, if I'm being honest, if I'm being real. But nevertheless, God is on the throne and he's sovereign over everything. So the best thing to do is to take a posture of prayer. Don't try to time things, and you know what I mean? Before you listen to a bunch of prophetic voices, listen to what the Lord is telling you. Make sure your own walk with the Lord is great. Make sure that you're spending time with the Lord. I mean, you ain't got no excuses. You can't go nowhere. You can't hang out with nobody. You can't eat out nowhere. And there ain't no sports on TV. If you ain't spending time with God now, come on. So very good. So I love you all. Thank you so much for being on. Make sure that you show up next week for my online business training, because that one is going to be fire. Make sure you send me an email, Mike at the Online Financial School, if you want me to extend the inner circle for you. And then we will be, we'll go from there. Love you all, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.